Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about organizational objectives. After part 1, you should be able to explain the importance of objectives in managing an organization. Before we start this lesson on organizational objectives, it is important to know a few terms. The first term that we will be learning is strategy. Strategy is a long-term plan showing how a business will achieve its corporate objectives. Strategy relates to key businesses such as profitability, asset value, and market share. The second term that we need to know is called tactics. This is short-term activities that are carried out on a daily basis. The next two terms that we need to know are long-term goals and short-term goals. Long-term goals are strategy objectives. Organization is looking into the future. This is usually measured in years. Short-term goals are tactical objectives. They are usually measured daily, weekly, or monthly. Now let's look at aims and objectives. An aim is to attempt or intend to reach a certain goal. An aim is also long-term intention, starting point for setting objectives, and usually qualitative. Objectives are an end that a person or system plans to achieve within a time frame and with available resources. In general, an objective is broader in scope than a goal and may include several individual goals. Objectives are basic tools that underlie all planning and strategic activities. Now let's look at some examples. Here is a business objectives private sector diagram. An example of organizational objectives in a private sector can be maximizing profits or increase in market share over a period of time. Here's a diagram of organizational objectives of a public sector. Objectives for a public sector are usually creating social and economic benefits for the community rather than profits. Their aim is to create employment, and there are some industries where initial investment or capital required is high, and that's when the government takes the initiative to fulfill those needs for the nation. Objectives are important in order to facilitate decision-making and strategy, unify and motivate employees, measure and control performance, and communicate with shareholders. After going over part 2, you should be able to explain the purpose of mission and vision statements and analyze the role of mission and vision statements in an organization. Now let's talk about mission and vision statements. The vision statement should describe why it is important to achieve the organization's mission by defining its purpose or broader goal. A mission statement is more specific to what the enterprise can achieve. The vision statement may relate to broader social aims such as the reduction of global warming, health improvements, or human advancement. A mission statement's purpose is to define the organization's purpose and primary objectives. This is done by stating who we are and what we do. The vision statement is a more general statement looking at where the business desires to be in the future and the values that it will take with it along the way. The vision statement is about what the organization wants to become and what it wants to achieve. Now let's look at part 3 of learning objectives. After this, you should be able to distinguish between objectives, strategies, and tactics and discuss how these interrelate. This chart shows how organizations process their ideas in order to achieve their goal in the future. As you can see, an organization starts off with the aim. This is what they want. And then it goes to objective. This is what an organization needs to achieve in order to get what they want. And then it goes to strategy, which are actions that facilitate an organization to meet its objectives, and tactic, short-term actions that help achieve your strategy. Here are diagrams showing how goals are set and how they are achieved. When goals are set, they go from aims, objectives, strategies, and tactics, and where they're being achieved, they go backwards, going from tactics, strategies, objectives, and aims. This here now concludes my presentation. I hope you learned all about objectives today. Here are the sources to the pictures that I used for my presentation today.